Happy New Year! Happy New Year, Virgos! This is your 2016 January horoscopes with me, Lada from astrolada.com, and let's see how the year starts for you. If you have your Sun in Virgo, the Ascendant in Virgo is very important if you happen to have it, or even the Moon in Virgo. So the year starts very supportively for the Earth signs, and you're one of the Earth signs, Virgo. And because there's a lot of planets in Earth signs, and they're the planets that are in the same modality, in the same Earth element, they support each other. So what happened? First of all, you have the Sun and Mercury and Pluto in your 5th house. And 5th house is the house of good karma. First of all, the good karma, the good events, the good deeds we've done in past lifetimes or previously in our lifetime. And when planets trigger it, it's like we're being awarded in a sense. And things start happening more easily. You know, we can receive support and doors opening and inspiration. 5th house is one of the houses of inspiration, together with the 9th. And this is where God talks to us through the 5th house, or brings us opportunity if we've been good. But 5th house is also the house of the things we really love, we're passionate about. It can be your children often. 5th house rules naturally children. What are the things we love the most? Our children, our hobbies. 5th house, and you know, entertainment, having fun is 5th house. Going to theaters, musicals, cinema, performances, all those things are things we love. Doing the hobbies we love, creative things, being creative, you know. And what is happening though? Mercury is going to be moving retrograde. So all those matters come into the surface, come into focus for you in January. But Mercury is starting to move retrograde in your 5th house, which means that you have to revise certain matters in regards to, for example, let's see, maybe you've been cultivating a creative talent of some sort, which is 5th house. And Mercury can ask you to really bring up those creative skills to the surface, to really work hard on them, and to somehow utilize them in a practical, material way. For example, you might have a passion or a hobby that you want to turn into a business, and Mercury in the 5th house, or some creative idea. Anyone who has a business, 5th house rules their business, because 5th house is the babies we create, the things that you nurture and that you love, you're passionate about, and that you bring up just like a child, you bring it up. So Mercury there would ask you to maybe restructure something with your business, to revise it. For example, when I had Mercury retrograde in my 5th house, my baby, which is my business, I decided that I want to do a new website. So I started the problems of the current website came to the surface, and I was like, because that's how a retrograde planet works, it becomes very intense, and any mercurial problems will come to the surface, especially in regards to having your business or having, you know, some creative projects or activities. And so you have to prepare plan B and C. That's what the retrograde planet is about. So you become aware of something that's probably not working well, or that needs some tweaking, that needs some restructuring, some improvement, some better organization, better structure. And that's what happened when Mercury was in my 5th house. I thought my current site was not clear enough, was not modern enough, was not efficient enough. So I got the idea for a new website, and I started working on it, and it's taken a while, but this is when the process started. So if something is not good in regards to business that you do, in regards to some creative techniques or approaches that you're using, or in regards to your relationship with your child, because your 5th house is that as well, you will be asked to put extra effort, extra skills, extra planning, which is Mercury, extra organization, extra tweaking and perfecting, and, you know, structuring better in some way. And often people, you know, that are in the 5th house careers, if you happen to be a Virgo with 5th house careers, which is performance, music, art, having your own business, working with children, anything that is in the entertainment industry, anything which is in the fun industry of any sort, like restaurants and stuff like that, theaters. You can be very busy with some project that you're working very hard on. in February, and even it might start from December because Mercury is already in your 5th house. December, January, and February. It's when Mercury is there. So you are asked to, in those areas, to put your best skills possibly. It might feel a little bit overwhelming at times because we have to be very organized, whatever Mercury is. We have to be very, we have a lot of duties there, a lot of things that come that have to be done, that have to be managed and sorted out. But by the end of the process, you'd have a much more, clearer picture, much more smoothly running engine in regards to those 5th house matters that I talked about. And 5th house is also romantic relationships. You might have a chance to see something, a romantic relationship from a different point of view, because the planet moving backwards, you kind of get a different perspective. It's not moving as normal, but backwards, so you get a different perspective, which again leads you to plan B, And you see what's not working or what needs to be improved, and you construct a plan and you act on it. And sometimes if something is really not working, it's when Mercury is retrograde, there, it can actually be a time when you see those things and you try your hardest to make it work. You try to make the plan, but you'll become more aware of those things. Okay, but at the same time, Mercury you're receiving support for those things from Jupiter in your 1st house. So inspirations, especially inspirations that came to you creative, you might be working on them now in January, big part, to make them happen, to make them manifest, to organize them. But at the same time, Jupiter is in your 1st house, so it's supporting this whole process. You feel more inspired. You feel Jupiter is the planet of divine inspiration again, of the good karma, very similar to 5th house. Jupiter is connected to 5th and 9th house very strongly. But what is happening is that opportunities, and now Jupiter starts moving backwards in your 1st house, starting from January, and it will continue to, let me see, will continue till May. So starting from January, some opportunities that came to you, or ideas, or possibilities that came to you in regards to higher education, which is Jupiter, in regards to travel, in regards to pre-qualification, these are all things Jupiter rules, in regards to expanding and starting on a new path in life, in regards to something new, something that brings you more affluence and prosperity and more personal happiness. These are all things Jupiter rules. Jupiter rules the best things. So all such new opportunities, maybe that you had, maybe as an idea you had them, or they started happening, and now Jupiter starts moving backwards till May, you have the opportunity to implant them long term in your life, Virgos, for the longer, when the planet moves retrograde, we are asked to put more effort into something that already we're aware about. It's about not something totally new, but something that you probably wanted for a while, or something that you've already started working on, thinking about. It will come back with strength and force, and it's something that brings you joy, something that opens opportunities for you. And by the end of this process, which is May, June 2016, you'd have implanted in your life for many years, almost for 12 years ahead, till next time Jupiter comes into your sign, you'd have implanted the foundation for more prosperity, the foundation for more clarity as to the direction you're supposed to go, more opportunities that come to you, which of course you always have to apply yourself for something to happen. But now Jupiter running backwards, moving backwards, will help you do exactly that. And Jupiter is conjunct with the North Node in Virgo, which becomes even double the strength. Because when Jupiter, the North Node is this planet which acts like a magnifying glass. And when it's with Jupiter, it expands the opportunities of Jupiter, the ability to grow, the ability to manifest beneficial things in life. and the ability to make the right decisions, because Mercury is this planet of wisdom, of clarity, of seeing things from a higher perspective and having hope and belief and really going into the direction that your soul wants you to go. Because when you go together with your dharmic plan, this is when doors open, this is when you feel happiest. And when Rahu is with Jupiter, it's kind of becomes intensified. So especially those of you Gemini that have their Jupiter from around 20 to around 24 degrees, which means that you are born, where is it? 20 to 24 degrees, which means that you are born from around the 13th of September to around the 17th of September, 13th till 17th of September, plus minus a day. Jupiter is becoming retrograde and extremely powerful over your sun or over your ascendant if it's on those degrees, 20 till 24 degrees, or over your moon. Surely you'll see results. Surely you'll see some huge things happening into your life. Jupiter and Rahu are there together, the North Node. So it's like huge focus and Jupiterian energy of opportunity, of something new that comes, that you'll be able over the next 5-6 months to grow and to work, to improve, to, it's like a new chapter can be happening in your life, a new, or something that you've worked hard for as an opportunity. It can start happening now, and you can start seeing the results for that. And because of that, you would have over the next 3-4 months, again, when Jupiter is moving retrograde, the opportunity to really make it long-lasting and to make it stable. So, you know, you have the green light, doors are opening, proceed. Pay attention to detail because it's happening in Virgo anyway, but you're naturally like that, attention freaks, so detail freaks, so it comes naturally to you. But it's like those ideas and opportunities that came, you have now the chance, and they still, even in January, new such ones can come, but then Jupiter starts moving slowly backwards, and you'll be asked to work on them, you know, to work on them to make them more stable. Okay, so this is what I see for you, Gemini, and I just want to say that some of you Geminis will have it a little bit more tough. Sorry, Virgo. Oh, sorry about that. I'm talking about Virgos. So some of you Virgos will be having it a little bit more tough because Saturn is aspecting. Just a second. Where is January? Here it is. Saturn is aspecting parts of Virgo from the 10th degree till the 15th degree. So anyone who has planets from the 10th to 15th degree, the energy is different for them. The energy is Saturnian, which is about contraction, which is about taking it slower, which is about having some delays, having some testing. Jupiter is the opposite. There is expansion, there is opportunity, there is green light, there is too much faith and hope and belief. Saturn, you're doubtful. Saturn, you're thinking, oh, it's not going to work, or it's only going to work if I work super hard. And Saturn only rewards the really hard workers and the ones that are very committed. So you have some kind of a, if you're born from 10, Sun, Ascendant, or Moon from 10 to 15 degrees in Virgo, which means that basically your Sun is from, you're born from around the 2nd of September to around the 7th, 8th of September. You have the Saturn influence where, you know, having to be serious, responsible, organized, that you feel maybe a bit too down on yourself. Maybe you're receiving criticism from within yourself. You're very tough on yourself, or it comes to you from outside. And you're having to, you know, to apply extra pressure and extra seriousness, and maybe extra responsibilities come to you that you might feel a bit overwhelmed with. But it's again all about building foundations. Saturn is very powerful about building foundations, but it happens with more hard work. It happens with more doubts, and it happens with a few more delays. But if you're able to do it after that, you know, Saturn can reward you very well. But it usually tends to make us feel more down, and it's temporary, don't worry. It will repeat again in 2016 at some time, but now starts the first time that you have to push hard. in many areas. If it's the moon, it might be in personal matters, in home, in emotional matters, how you feel. If it's the ascendant overall, even in relationships and in your personal goals, the sun in your career, authority figures of some sort, extra responsibilities and duties. So thank you very much, Virgo. A lot of you will start the month with a bang, as I said, with inspiration and new ideas that they have to implement and work hard on, and over the next month or two, few months ahead. So just a few Virgos will have it a bit more tougher, but you know, every cloud has a silver lining. So thank you very much. Subscribe to my channel and visit me at astrolada.com for horoscopes, personal horoscopes, written horoscopes, Skype horoscopes, psychic horoscopes. Thank you so much and Happy New Year again.